So, welcome to my breakdown. So first things first, I'm super cute. I hope y'all like my new outfit. I'm super cute. This wig is a little tragic with the wig line, but it's sort of a Serena Cha-Cha wig, and that's all I'm gonna say. Look at my t-shirt. I'm from Disneyland. Ugh, it's like this little like kid teenage vibe Spice Girl fantasy thing, and I hope y'all like it. So welcome to my breakdown. I'm gonna break it down in my room. The lighting's not ideal, but we're all gonna deal because I look good and that's what matters. Okay, so let's talk about the Madonna challenge on RuPaul's Drag Race. So this was actually, I know I've been talking shit about the other episodes and how like, oh, this one wasn't very good, this one wasn't very good, but this is probably my favorite episode of, if not the season, of a very long time. All the performers to kind of show their talents, and I think that's something that is great and they should do more of, because drag queens are performers, you know? They don't have to sing necessarily very well to be a drag performer, but the fact that they had a chance to kind of like dance and do everything that they're used to doing at a traditional drag show, I think was a great opportunity for them to shine. With that being said, obviously there are some superstars. Jan should have won. And we all know that. I think Jan knows it too. I think the producers all knew it as well. I think they needed to give Jan a storyline, because they kind of right now have her as like the super Ru girl. She really wants to be there and she's finally there. But beyond that, you know, we only know that she's a really good singer. And I think that the producers were like, okay, she's done. So it's kind of unfortunate, but we'll see. We still have at least another episode that we can guarantee with her since Brennda went home, but we'll see what happens in the future with her. I have to say I'm worried for my Jan. Also, she did good. She did very well. And I think the producers really kind of played with us on that one, because they did this whole like preview scene of like, ooh, I don't think she's gonna do very well. And during rehearsals, she didn't do the best. With that being said, did you notice the camera angles when Gigi was performing? They did that whole like superstar like zoom that they do, where they kind of like panned it across the stage as she was doing that Madonna move, and it was fantastic. It was really good. With that being said, I think other queens did very well as well. So that's the tea. You'll notice that my grandpa's dolphin is here because my grandpa's here with me. With that being said, I just want to talk a little bit more about some details that I wrote down and I don't remember.
Yeah, I was gonna take notes so that I could come back with a really detailed report, but instead I drank. Cheers.
Okay. So Miss Congeniality. So I want to talk about that because I know Amber and Lex were talking about it in their portion as well. Miss Congeniality, I'm going to put my money on Heidi. I really think Heidi should get it. Not only because she's super nice and super lovable, but also because I think that the RuPaul's Drag Race kind of franchise doesn't do a good enough job of amplifying Black performers in their show. Like, you know what I mean? Like, perfect example is Gigi Good's runway. So obviously it looked really good. She was wearing that blue bikini and walked down the runway and it looked really good. But I saw this online and I was like, this is so true. It was a clear outfit that if a Black queen or Black performer would have worn that outfit, like, I don't think the drag fandom would have liked it as much as Gigi, because she's a tall, skinny white bitch. And I think that's just the tea. And I think that, I'm not gonna point fingers or anything, but like, I think the RuPaul's Drag Race producers have something to do with that. So I think that the queens themselves recognize that, especially as it relates to getting verified on Twitter. I don't know if y'all saw, but Aquaria was calling out the not only Twitter, but also VH1 and World of Wonder, because all these queens are getting verified, Sherry Pie, when all these Black talent, all these performers with a ton of talent that are Black and people of color aren't getting verified, and it just doesn't make sense. It don't make sense. So that's the tea. I also wanted to talk a little bit about Aiden. I'm kind of sad she went, to be honest. I did talk shit. I always do. But the thing is, she was unique to the drag franchise. I don't think we've seen anything like that in a long time, like Aiden's makeup and style. And I think that was actually kind of refreshing. So I'm look forward to seeing her beyond Drag Race, but just wanted to point that out as well. RIP iPhone users, I want to say, I'm saying this again because I messed up. RIP iPhone I just wanted to say RIP. Okay. third try. I just wanted to say rip iPhone users for everyone listening to on iPhone. I'm so sorry. My sister Amber really likes to get close to the camera. But we do what we can to entertain, and hopefully your ears are not suffering beyond some of the singing that we heard in RuPaul's Drag Race episode. Quite honestly, I don't think they were that bad. Crystal was clearly not the most vocally talented. With that said, I think she did a really good job of making it kind of funny and lively out of it and doing the repeating lyrics, and definitely a smart choice with her. And Michelle kind of, I think, hinted to what we're going to see with Crystal. She said, it's great to see this new direction of Crystal, and I'm very excited. I hope Crystal makes it a lot further than I think she was kind of going to be according to her storyline in the beginning of the show. Just because they were kind of playing her down and giving her that El DeBarge, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who this person is, but they're kind of giving her that storyline, and I'm excited to see it beyond that. Sherry Pie. I know Lux was talking about Sherry Pie's Jake Yonsei video, or Jake Yonsei's Sherry Pie video, rather. I actually watched it myself, and it's just unfortunate. It really is. It's kind of, I think you should watch it. Obviously, if it's in your self-care to not, don't watch it. But I think it's important to watch because at least at the very minimum, it kind of addresses how gullible we can be. And that's not victim blaming at all. I think it's rather, as we're kind of getting all grown up and getting into the world, we do have this inclination to see the good in people. And I say, fuck that. Kind of like, I think there's a common phrase where it says, fuck politeness. Truly, if you think that you shouldn't be doing something or if something's sketchy, please talk to someone about it. Please do, especially if it's something that you're feeling guilty about. I guarantee you someone else is going through the same thing, and we might as well talk about it, and then we're not lonely about it. So that's all I wanted to mention with that. Michelle Visage. I don't know if y'all saw, but Michelle Visage tweeted that she wants to do a trans-inclusive drag race sort of thing. And I have a lot of thoughts on it. Yes, first of all, yes, please. Second of all, I think they should switch it up, right? I don't think it should be a cut and dry trans drag race. I think they should make something new of it, because I think even a little bit now we're seeing that Drag Race is getting a little bit old, a little bit, a little crunchy around the edges. I think that there's something that needs to be introduced to spice it up, and I don't think that just including trans performers is something that will refresh it. I don't think it's to the fault of the queens. I think it's to the fault of the show itself. And so I think if they make a trans inclusive drag competition, they need to do something new that's not just Drag Race. Oh, I want to talk about how interesting it was that Brita Filter went home this episode, right? As soon as her arch nemesis, as soon as her Jinx Monsoon went home, she kind of went home. And I was like, damn, that's kind of sad because that's the end of her storyline. And as we've seen on Instagram and by all the drag performers in New York, she's clearly a talented performer. And I feel badly for her run on the show because it's clear that she has a lot of talent. She was Entertainer of the Year, I believe. And it just unfortunately didn't bear very well or didn't end up very reflective of that on the show. So my condolences to her. I know she doesn't give a fuck about me, but I still feel bad for her in that realm. I want to talk a little bit about Trans Girl Magic too. I'm very excited for that to happen. Lux and I were there for Black Girl Magic at Rich's. I remember that very distinctly because I didn't eat dinner before and I was starving the whole time, but we made it work. I tried to get a hot dog from that hot dog vendor outside of Rich's, and he was like, sorry, I'm not selling yet. And I was like, really? I can't start selling right now. I see them in the packages. It's okay. He's got to respect boundaries, and I respect that. So I also wanted to talk a little about San Diego Pride. It's because I'm actually involved in San Diego Pride. So I want to first of all acknowledge, yes, we should be paying attention to all COVID and everything. With that being said, San Diego Pride's actually a little bit later than a lot of the events that are being canceled. San Diego Pride is actually in July. So we do have a good amount of time before we actually figure out what is projected for July. So obviously we're hearing in the news all the different updates about COVID, and they're talking about that maybe California did flatten the curve. It's too early to tell, but with that being said, we are following the orders of Governor Newsom, and we will obviously, if it's not safe to have the Pride Parade and Festival, we won't have it, and that's that. And luckily the team is very aware under Fernando's direction. They're a great leader, so it's something that's definitely in everyone's minds, but I just wanted to address that as well. If it's not safe, we won't have it, and if people want want to, if people are disappointed that we haven't kind of shut it down yet, we're just trying to kind of maintain that Pride spirit, right? Pride was a protest, and we're not going to protest COVID, obviously, but we want to be able to respect and like host that time of year because it's so important to recognize on at least an annual basis. So just wanted to put on my Pride hat for that. Okay, I want to talk about why I'm cinching and spiraling, but first I actually wanted to talk about something else. Lux said that she's lip syncing on treadmills, and that is the gayest thing I've ever heard. I love that so much. I'm not exercising, but if I would exercise, I would definitely do that. I know I definitely perform in the shower. I just like don't know that I love the idea of like sweating. I don't know. I guess that's drag in general, just like sweating and performing, but something doesn't sit right with me of Brenda's coordination being on a treadmill while lip syncing. So not for me, but go Lux. Okay, now let's talk about why I'm cinching and spiraling. First of all, I'm cinched and spiraling for many reasons, but I'm super cinched because I just bought at Vaughn's, as you know, they host what's the company? Julian Pies. They have Julian Pies. I just bought a boysenberry apple crumb pie and I ate the entire thing in 3 days. And it was delicious and I don't regret it and I totally recommend buying it. I will say though that it's harder to heat up the crumb top pies rather than the ones that are covered in general. So just be attentive to that. If you like warm pie, maybe don't get the crumb one. I did microwave it and it was a little soggy, but pie is pie. You know, I'm not gonna not eat it just because it's a little soggy. I'm spiraling because Chromatica's delayed, obviously. And I'm also spiraling because this wig line's a little tragic and this eyelash, as you can see, it's a little sticky uppy. Like you can see the end right there, but a bitch tried to glue it and I took the eyelash glue and I was like, this is dumb. Is it worth it? It's not. People are gonna forgive me. If you're mad, comment below. That's fine. I'll get over it. But I was just like, it looks better from afar. It doesn't look as much like it's sticking up. Oh my God. It's like Home Alone. But it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Also, I did my nails, so that's why I'm a little happy. I gotta show it without the light in the background because I probably should have done another coat, but it looks fine if you cover it and there's no like light through it. Because if you go like this, you can kind of see through it and you're not supposed to be able to do that. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. The air conditioning's on, but I just have a little bit more to talk about. I can't read my handwriting, but it says, oh, what's on my watch list? Okay, so my watch list, this isn't necessarily watching, but my watch list is Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa. Or Wendy Williams says Dua Lipa. I love Future Nostalgia. Levitating is my favorite song, and I don't know if many of you have seen it, but Gigi Goode does this levitating cover, music video, lip sync, I guess. I saw it on Instagram, but then I went to her profile and I couldn't find it. So maybe it's on Twitter. She just lip syncs to Levitating, and it's every time I listen to Levitating, I just see Gigi Goode doing it. And it's Dua Lipa's song, obviously, but I think it's also Gigi Goode's song. Also, I really like, what's it called? Break Your Heart? Clearly, I don't like it enough, but that whole album, I go from Future Nostalgia all the way to the end and I just like loop it. And I get mad because sometimes I forget to put repeating and then it plays like Future Nostalgia radio. And then I'm like, I don't want to listen to High School Musical right now. Thank you very much. I want to listen to Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, well, that's all I got to break down about. I didn't freak out as much as I did last time, but there's always time. It's always time for a breakdown, as Miss Kasha Davis would say. Also, I'd like to acknowledge these bows are like, I cut them from, I have a gift bags or whatever, like presents. I don't know if this is like a middle-aged mom thing. Maybe Brenda's a mom, but whenever I get a gift, I like save the box so that I can use it for someone else. obviously I never use it because I always forget. And like whenever I want to buy a gift, I just end up getting the box at Target with the gift or something like that. And so I actually cut up the little like handle and made little bows out of it. And Brenda's got a new haircut for once, other than the same old really long share wig. So congrats to Brenda for that. And I hope y'all like it. I think I'm cute as fuck. And that's the tea. Okay, well, I just want to show y'all this lighting really quick because I look really good in it. Okay, well, that was Brenda's breakdown. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is so awkward seeing me in the mirror as well, but it is what it is. That's all for Cinched and Spiraling with Brenda's breakdown, but that's not even what this show's called, but y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm thankful for you all, and happy quarantine week 4. Oh my god, wait, I want to show you one more thing. While I was making this wig thing, I lost a little bit of wig hair, and I just wanted to share this. It's like a hairball, but I was like, maybe I should just throw it right on top and see if anyone notices. All right. Thanks for attending Brenda's breakdown. Bye, bitches.